Hi, guys, it's Mrs. Stickle here, and I just wanted to teach you a phonics lesson today. And we are learning lesson 3, session 3, which is our I can statement. So, mirror me. I can read words methodically, part by part. That is our I can statement. So, did you know that the tiny ant, that tiny little ant, is one of the strongest creatures in the whole world? It's really true. And ants can carry up to 50 times things that are heavier than themselves. That would be like us carrying 50 second graders on your back. Isn't that kind of crazy to think about? Sometimes ants want to carry things that are even heavier loads on their backs back to their nests, but that is just not manageable for them to carry it whole. So they have to tackle that challenge by using their sharp mandibles to break that object into smaller parts. And a mandible is an ant's jaw. So an ant cuts the object and lifts up a piece and uses its antennae to find its way back to its nest. Gosh, guys, words like antennae are getting really long, aren't they? And that means that we have to read that word from tip to tail. And it's getting a lot more challenging for us to read words like that. Look at the picture of that ant, you guys. Wow. And look at that little piece of leaf that it broke up, and it is carrying it back to its nest part by part. Instead of carrying that entire leaf, it is making it more manageable, and it is carrying it back part by part, just like us tackling words. So our teaching point today is I want to teach you that when readers move methodically, that means with a method, that we have a strategy to use across long words, that we can look for clues to help us break these words into parts. So one clue is this, and listen up because this is really what we're using today as our teaching point. When there are two consonants, and remember, a consonant is any letter in the alphabet that is not a vowel. So anything that would not be A, E, I, O, U, or sometimes Y. Any other letter besides that. Any two consonants that are side by side, that are next to each other in the middle of a word, you could break that word into parts right there, right in between those two consonants in the middle of a word. So let's try that word antennae together. Let's look for these two consonants, these two letters that are right in the middle of that word. So take a second and let's look at this word antennae. Antennae. Do you spot two consonants? They might even be the same consonant in this word that are side by side, that are next to each other in the middle of this word. Do you spot them? I spot them too. I spot two double N's. Two N's that are side by side in the middle of antennae. Yes, so if we break that word right in the middle of those two N's, that is a great place for us to break it. We're going to break this word antennae and break that right in the middle of those two N's as one of the breaking parts in that word. It's not the only one, but it is one place for us to break the word antennae. Yes, just to break it right there in between the two consonants. Great job. So, as part of our teaching today, I'm going to hold up or put on the screen a couple more words like flashcards, and we're going to methodically, with a method, break these words part by part. And what you're going to do is you're going to be on the lookout for these two consonants in the middle of the word to make it more manageable, just like the ant would be doing, carrying part of that leaf or part of all of that heavy weight back to its nest. Are we ready? All right, let's try another word. This word, gosh, I'm going to look at the word here. And I think the word is tra. I can spot the blend at the beginning. Ick, traffic. So if I put the parts together, I have traffic. Now, if I want to break the word, now that I've put it together, where would a great breaking point be? If I'm looking for two consonants in the middle of a word, are you spotting them? Can you spot your double consonants? I think you can. And this one is nice and easy because it is a double consonant that is the same consonant, just like in antennae. It is a double F. So if I break this word in between my double Fs, I would have traffic. Yes. So I have one F on one side of traf and then another F on the other side of fic. Traffic. Good job. And then if I put it back together, traffic. Nice work. Let's try another one together. Okay, this word, trumpet. Great. So now I put the parts together. So now I want to break them. To make syllables, right? So when I break them, another word for that would be making syllables. So how could I break the word trumpet to make this more manageable? What two consonants do you spot in the middle? This is not a double consonant with the same consonant. This has two different consonants in the middle. Can you spot them? I know it wouldn't be the U because the U is a vowel. And I know it's not the E at the end because the E is a vowel. So the only two consonants that I spot in the middle would be an M and a P. Right? Good job. Trumpet. Good. And then if I put it back together, I have trumpet. Good job. But the two parts are trumpet. Good job for trumpet. Boop, 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 boop. Playing a trumpet. Okay, let's try another one. Let's see if you can spot this one by yourself. Two consonants in the middle of a word. What do you have here for the word napkin? Napkin. What two consonants are in the middle? Can you whisper it to me? I think that you said the P and the K, and I would break it, pretend like you're tearing that card in half right in between the P and the K. So I would have, that's a word in a word, isn't it? The first word would be nap, like I'm taking a nap. And the second word is kin, and that's actually a word as well. Napkin. 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 Great. Let's try one more. Oh, do you spot the double consonants here? I think you do. This is between the C and the T. Oh, you're getting really good at doing this, you guys. Nice work. We have cactus. Cactus. Yes, we have two parts for that. And a cactus would be something that would grow in the desert, right? That would be a plant that does not need to drink a lot of water. A cactus. All right, we have one more that we're going to try together today, guys. One more. Ooh. Take a second to look at this word. This word is actually triplet. Triplet. Where would I split or break triplet? triplet. Where would I break it? And a lot of times, if I'm doing this on a piece of paper, I would just draw a line right in between the double consonants if I were doing this, a nice straight line if I were breaking them. Or we can pretend like we're tearing that paper right now too. If you said between the P and the L, you are right, because those are the two consonants in the middle of the word. We know it's not the I or the E because those are the vowels, right? So we have trip, lit, triplet. You guys did such a good job. Nice work. So remember that when you read, that you can break the words between the two consonants side by side right in the middle, and then blend those parts back together to put the word together to make it more manageable, right? And then don't forget too that you can break off really familiar endings to make long words more manageable, or look for a word within a word like we did with a few of those examples too. So, readers, when you're reading today, when you're really digging into your nonfiction books, when you need to figure out a long word, you could read that word methodically, part by part. Look for the consonants in the middle to give you clues to what those parts might be. So let's look at this anchor chart before we go today. So when we're tackling long words part by part, we want to work methodically from the beginning of the word to the end. And then we want to break that word between the two consonants in the middle. Now, this is really important. We always want to keep a digraph together. So any two letters that make a new sound, like an SH for a sh, we want to keep those two letters together. We can't break apart a digraph. That is one big rule. But any other consonants that are in the middle of a word, try to break them apart. You guys did such a good job today, and I cannot wait to hear how you all have used the strategy in your reading. Bye, guys.